Hello Booktube, this is Emma from Emma's Bookish Lifestyle, and today I'm filming from a slightly different location. I'm filming from my bedroom. Excuse the slight reflection in the glasses, it's later at night, and excuse me if I play with this. I've had it cut, and I've had it cut quite a lot, and I'm wondering if I like it or not. It's quite a change from the length that I had it before. It was extremely long before, so yeah, I'm trying to get used to it. I'm not sure if I'm 100% sold yet. So this is just a quick chat and catch up on the books that I got last week. I was very fortunate enough to join a lot of lovely fellow booktubers on a booktuber meetup in London, and there were so many lovely people there. There was Simon from Savage Reads, Ollie from Ollie Bliss, Jen Campbell, Lauren from Lauren and the Books, Lauren Whitehead, who, gosh bless her, blew me away because she walked around with us all day and then went and did the London Marathon, which I'm not sure I could have done. My legs were aching after 2 days just walking around London, let alone running 26.2 miles. There was Mercy from Mercy's Bookish Musings, Dave from Wild Reads, Kerry Ann from Woman vs Books, Lindsay, and so many other lovely booktubers. Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventures, a dear friend of mine. So it was great time to catch up, have a walk around, see some lovely bookshops. So I got to go to some bookshops I hadn't been to in the last booktuber meetup, which was great. One of them was a thorn in my side in the nicest possible way because we dropped by Persephone Books. We also went to Gate is the Word, All About Books, which is a lovely bookshop that has a lot of second-hand ARCs, and we also went to Waterstones and Foils, and during those walkabouts I've managed to pick up some little treasures. So London Review of Books, sorry, that was the last one we went to. So when I was at London Review of Books, first of all, I picked up 3 books, and they were Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's We Should All Be Feminists, and Dear Ijawali, A Feminist Manifesto in 15 Suggestions, which they're such beautiful, stunning little tiny editions, and I've really been keen to read some of her essays. I have read a book by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, but I really wanted to read some essays from her. So they're lovely, perfect size to take to work with me for my lunch breaks. Another book that I bought, I saw actually in Gate is the Word, but unfortunately so many of us fellow booktubers picked it all up at the same time that there weren't enough copies, so I picked it up in London Review of Books, and so that was Mer. Now this is by Will Eves, and it's based on the arrest and legally enforced chemical castration of the mathematician Alan Turing, and I'm really interested to read this. I believe it's going to be quite a heart-wrenching tale of a man who's obviously responding to the physical and mental stresses of both his sexuality and also the pain that he must have gone through in regard to chemical castration. So this isn't actually about Alan Turing, it's just based around, I believe, the sort of events and experiences that have been happened by this fictional character. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And that is by, and also a different publisher to one that I'm used to. Let me have a look and see if I can find. It's CB Editions, the publisher of that, so that's a new publisher for me as well. While we were in London Review of Books as well, I also managed to pick up The Refugees by Viet Thanh Nguyen, and this is apparently a rich exploration of human identity, family ties, love and loss, and never has a short story collection been timelier. So I'm really looking forward to that. I do struggle sometimes with short stories, but this looks quite interesting by the subject matter, and it was also the winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 2016, so looking forward to that. We then went on to Persephone Books, as I say, and I love their books. I love the classic grey formats and the beautiful interior end covers, and also the fact that you get a matching bookmark with it. Call me easily amused. So I picked up 2 titles while I was there. The first is The Children Who Lived in a Barn by Eleanor Graham, and I believe this is one. It says, I'll read you a little bit of the inside cover, I think that's probably best. Miss Durden arrived shortly afterwards with a basket over her arm. It was her first visit to the barn, and she looked about her with a good deal of curiosity. So this is the place, she said. Just fancy, I shouldn't have thought anyone could live in an old barn like this, but you've made it look quite homely. Where are your brothers and sister? So that was one that intrigued me and I was interested in. The other one, I've had to get my colleague Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventures to pronounce the surname of this, and this is On the Other Side, Letters to My Children from Germany, 1940 to 1946, and this is by Matilda Wolf Monkberg. I hope I've pronounced that well. Matilda Wolf Monkberg, and that is On the Other Side. And that's World War II letters, and again, very interested in World War II, as you know, and that will be an interesting read for me. I do seem to be reading a lot of World War II this year. It tends to be a phase. I tend to go up and down in that, so we'll see where we go with that. The other book I picked up from London Review of Books, sorry, which I forgot, I know it's a bit out of order, was Passed to Me by Lauren of Lauren and the Books, and she highly recommended Big Bones by Laura Dockrell, and this is a YA novel, and is about a character called Bluebell, or BB, also known as Big Bones, and she's bold, beautiful and beginning her summer holiday, so that looks like great fun and a nice light-hearted read. So as I say, we went to All About Books, and there I managed to pick up 4 titles. I picked up quite a few books considering, and the first of those books was Ordinary People by Diana Evans, and this is going to be a book buddy read that I'm doing with Dave from Wild Reads, Kerry Ann from Woman vs Books, and Lindsay from Lindsay Reads, I think is her channel. Apologies Lindsay if I got the channel name wrong. Can you link your channel down below in the comments so that my viewers can see your channel and go and have a look at your channel. So we're reading this on the 14th of May, and I'm really looking forward to that. The next book I picked up is one that's on my wish list, and it's been on my wish list for some time. This is an arc of Sal by Mick Kitson, and this is a story of survival, I believe, and it says at the back, Sal planned it for almost a year before they ran. She nicked an ordnance survey map from the school library. She bought a compass, a Bear Grylls knife, waterproofs and a first aid kit from Amazon using credit cards she had robbed. She read the SAS Survival Handbook and watched loads of YouTube videos, and now Sal knows a lot of stuff, like how to build a shelter and start a fire, how to estimate distances, snare rabbits and shoot an air gun, and how to protect her sister Pepper, because Pepper is 10, which is how old Sal was when Robert started on her. So this is going to have triggers for abuse, I believe, and I'm hoping it's not going to be in the same ilk as Our Endless Numbered Days, because I really didn't enjoy that. So I'm hoping that will be a better written novel. The next book I picked up was Raina Wynn, and this is The Salt Path. And I picked it up initially because I absolutely adored that cover, and then I read the back and the synopsis really drew me in. So this is about a devastating week when a couple, husband and wife, lose their house and receive a terminal diagnosis of ill health, and during that time, with nowhere to call their home and with everything that they're about to embark on, they move on a journey, and they walk the southwest coastal path, which is a 630-mile stretch of the Somerset to Dorset via Devon and Cornwall coast. So that looks like it will be fantastic. And last but not least, from All About Books, I picked up All Rivers Run Free from Natasha Cartew, and again this was a book I've seen on a previous person's channel, and I believe also that actually David from Wild Reads may well have also picked this up, so I'd be interested to do a buddy read with him on that if he's free later on in the year. I don't think I'll be able to get to it, unfortunately, anytime soon. My May book haul, my May book reading list is quite massive, and I'm actually now slotting in books right up till August. And last but not least is another buddy read that I'm going to be doing with Ollie and Matt, and this is The Accusation by Bandy, and this is all about things smuggled, people I believe smuggled out of North Korea, and I'm just really intrigued by this. And from what Ollie was saying, there's also a documentary on BBC iPlayer, so I'm really keen to watch that before we get round to reading this in May. So that's all my books that I picked up lately at the Book Buddy Read. I hope you're all well. I'm reading quite well at the moment. There will be a change slightly to my channel in that I am going to be posting book reviews. I know this isn't a popular thing to do on Booktube, but I had a conversation with Dave at Wild Reads, and I have to completely and utterly agree with him. As a book loving channel, we should be emphasising highlighting the wonderful books that we're reading in a more detailed state. So I think I'm either going to do a weekly book update, or I might do a monthly book update of books I've loved and do a little bit more of a detailed overview for you. I have got a book blog channel which I've linked down below, which I'd love you all to go and check out, and I am going to start putting more in-depth reviews of the ones that I post on this channel down there as well. So if there's a book that you like the sound of and you want to read a bit more in-depth into it, then please by all means check my channel down below. And I think that's also called emmasbookishlifestyle.blogspot.com. So I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Take care for now. Bye.